man down, now we gotta get equal. Put a foot on it fast, then diesel.
Hiya, welcome back to the channel. So before us, we have a Kia Soul, 1.6 diesel. And it's pretty much home time on a Friday afternoon, so what better time to change the fuel filter, and if it fucks up, we'll render the car completely immobile and we're stuck here. So let's do it. So as we can see, this is the fuel filter head, and that is a pump, which should help us shortly. And we've got pipes going into it. Now, we are going to disconnect these. Now, remember where these are, because you don't want to plug them in the wrong way around, because that could or will cause you issues. I'm recording this so I can watch the video back and see where they went, but otherwise I'd probably put a dab of Tipex on one of them or something. So I'm going to unplug these plugs. Just going to go ahead, and it feels like there is a latch holding that in on the other side of the plug. Yes. And then there's this one here, which just carefully unplugged from there. And then for these, you've got two little green buttons, one on each side. And then when you squeeze them in, you should be able to unplug it. And then the other one has got blue buttons, which makes it easy to distinguish it so you don't put it back in the wrong place. So now everything is unhooked from the shitter. We should be able to take the housing off, which is held on by two 12mm nuts. Of course, making sure to put them in a safe location. Now I believe this whole unit should actually lift out, and with a bit of negotiating, we've still got a plug plugged in. Look, try it again. Yes. And now we have it removed from the vehicle.
So put it on the floor, just like their career.
In and removed from the vehicle location, we can start to take the filter off the actual housing. Now first what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drain the filter out into this to see what sort of crap is in it. And this bit here should unscrew. As you can see, it is doing. But this is hindering us from unscrewing it all the way, so I'll just take that off there. And then unscrew this nice and carefully. Should be able to drain the filter into here and see if there's any water or crap in it. Which I'm not going to put this in the new filter, by the way. I don't like to do that if I can help it, because you're just introducing shit. And injectors are quite, well, diesel injectors, they're pretty fussy. Right, so now drain that off, just move that to one side and leave it out of the way. And the correct thing to do next will probably be to take these nuts off here so we can get hold of the filter without struggling, but I prefer to struggle, so I'm just going to do it this way and hope it's not too tight. Yes. And as we can see from this filter, it has got rust around the edge of it, which says it's not new. Don't know how not new it is, but it's not new. And this one, on the other hand, as you can see from not having rust on it, it is new. And what I've done, just put a bit of a spunk of diesel around here to lubricate this seal, in the hope that we can insert it nice and lovingly in the same way that the other one came off. Now, there probably is a torque setting for this, but really it's just as tight as you can get it with your hands. And if you so wish, you can nip it up, just for good luck. And I'd say that is definitely tight enough. So let's put this back on. About that tight. And we should be ready to put it back in the car, which I'm going to attempt to do now. Not forgetting to plug things back in that I forgot to unplug initially, like that. Then refit these two nuts nice and lovingly, obviously torque to spec. And then next we need to plug everything back in that we unplugged, as you might have guessed. Not forgetting these fuel pipes. Yes. And now this bit is just a case of pumping this many times until it develops some sort of pressure and fills the fuel filter up. And this can take a while. Now, there is temptation to fill the fuel filter up first. Now, I try not to do that usually because, like I said, I don't want to enter contaminants into the fuel filter on the clean side of it. So I try not to fill them up unless, you know, I'm worried it's not going to prime. But this, well, it's got a pump on it. So yeah, it should take a while, but it should prime eventually. And after lots of pumping, that has gone hard, as you might have anticipated. Yes. And that does appear to have worked. Can't see any fuel leaking, so I'm assuming it's not leaking. So I think that's it for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the usual shit. And I'll see you next time.